Let me ask you one simple question. If I ask you to store one value, you will create one variable. Suppose if I ask you to store 100 values, that may be student marks, will you create 100 variables? No, that is really impossible. This is exactly why arrays exist. In this video, we will discuss arrays from the scratch in a simple words using Python exactly just like a classroom board. If you are a beginner, don't worry. By the end of the video, you are going to master the arrays concept. So here, before going to see understanding the arrays, as I mentioned, a variable, what will happen? Let us try to understand in this discussion. So here, this statement is telling that a variable a is actually an integer. So here, this is what happened. So memory is going to allocate for this variable a. So just visualize it what is happening behind also in the system. And then if you assign some value for this variable, what will happen in this memory location which is allocated for a is going to store that particular text. Now over a time in your program, definitely value is going to change. So that's generally will happen. So if this is the 20, now what will happen in this memory? Try to understand. So it is just going to overwrite with this new value. That's what 20 replaced. Understand here something that you never get back the previous value. So it can hold only one value at a time. You can change the values, but only one value it will hold at any moment. That is very important. So here the question which I raised in the starting coming into the picture. So for one variable just like this, if it is storing in your program, in general you might need multiple values at a time. So if I need three values, so it is easy to create three variables, easy to manage, you can use them accordingly actually. So that's what int a1, a2, a3 you can create. So sometimes you may have more also. For example, if I need 10 values, 10 variables we are going to create. This is also somehow manageable. Suppose if you need more than that, sometimes 50 values you need at a time, 100 values or 1000 values at a time. So are you going to create simply that many variables? If you are going to create that many variables, the code becomes difficult to write, difficult to read, difficult to manage. That's where arrays coming to the picture. So here I just taken one variable, that is length. So if you observe that here, opening square bracket and closing square bracket, and in between you are telling some number. That means that is the size. What is the meaning of the size? That many values you are going to hold at a time. And you are telling that integer values. Of course this is normal basic programming related. So then when you create like this, when you tell to the compiler like this, what will happen? That is what exactly 5 locations, contiguous memory locations are going to create. So here size 5 means it is going to hold 5 integer values. That's why 5 memory locations are allocated. On top of that, if you assign some values for that array, so like this exactly 5 integer values you given, so all these 10 values are going to store in this memory location. So that is what exactly arrays. So this whole thing is going to call with the name length, that is the array name. Then these 5 values it is going to hold. It is very easy to store like this. But very important always, something you are storing means you need that value, you are going to refer that value in future. That means how you will access them, how you will perform read operation of a particular element, a particular value in that array, or how you will write actually. So that's what very important when you master the arrays. Very important concept in arrays is the indexing concept. Every position, every location, you are going to identify uniquely with index number. So the starting index number is always 0, fix it always. On top of that, just incrementing by 1 for next index number. So it is simply a sequence number starting from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Observe one simple thing, that your array size is 5 means maximum index number is always 5 minus 1. That means size minus 1 because it is started with 0. So simple thing, because in future it will help you lot in different time complexities analysis or programming related. So in the interview related, this is going to become very crucial thing. So very simple to understand at this moment so that you can enjoy later discussion. So this is what the index, if you observe that. Now each location, so this you can take as a simply a hotel in real time example. If you take in a hotel, you are going to have a set of rooms one after the other, and then each room you are identifying with unique number. So it's just like a room number. So room number starting with 100, and then next room is going to become obviously 101, then 102, 103, like that. So the person inside the room is actually a value here. So just like here 10 is the person inside the room, and room number is just like an index. That's all. Make it very simple. That's what the array is. And this is called one dimensional arrays, which is mentioned in the title. So only one direction it is moving, always starting from 0. That's why it is called one dimensional arrays. Now let us try to understand. The very important thing is how you will access it. So access is really very simple. You always has to, how you will perform read operation. So you should use length variable. So that is length variable. Then you should mention the index actually, which position value you want. So index number inside the square brackets, if you mention, that will return 30. You can observe that here it is 2. So that 2 is going to return the value inside that actually. So reading is very simple. If I need 50, what I should use basing on this discussion is simply you can mention length of 4. Then it will return 50. So simple. Likewise, if you want to overwrite something, what you have to do, it is simply like A equal to B. So B value you are assigning to A. So RHS 45 you are assigning into this. But length is actually array variable. So where you are assigning to this particular index number. So it will go to the third index. So at this moment here, then this is going to overwrite with 45. So this is what write operation. How simple, hope it is clear for you. Okay, now let us try to see practically in using Python how you can develop this. So here I am using online compiler for execution of this one. So simple. So here simple, I am taking the same thing, length variable. So that is equal to, you can just give the values 10, 20, 30, 40 and also 50. So this is the array you can represent in the Python. So simple, you can see. Then if you want to print it, of course you can directly pass the array name length to print command. Then you can see in the outputs. So if you run this, have a look, it is just printing whole array actually. So at this moment I am stopping in this video by understanding what is an array actually, and operations memory wise how it will be, and different techniques on the arrays we are going to observe in the upcoming discussion. In this video we understand that the drawback of the variable, what is an array, what is the indexing concept in the array, how you can perform accessing, that means read and write operations. So this is just foundation. In the next video we are going to see the same array memory wise how it will really exist, how it is we are going to calculate the memory basing on the index number. So that is very important for interviews to become a best programmer. Start from basics, practice more, and DSA will become easy. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.